Hi, it's Christina with the Sisyphean Journal. Today's August 20th. I already covered one of our abortion deaths, and I'll link to that below. That was a woman who died in a doctor's office in Chicago in 1913. The other death today, it kind of shows the impact that these tragedies have on the families. John Hideaway of Forest Park, Illinois, and his wife Elizabeth had seen their 25-year-old daughter Alma off on Sunday, August 18, 1918. Mrs. Hideaway had helped her to pack bags for a 2-week vacation in Milwaukee with a friend, and Alma had seemed happy about the trip. So why was Dr. James Stowe of Chicago calling the evening of the 20th, telling them that Alma had just died in his office? Mr. and Mrs. Hideaway thought this was a little fishy, and they called the police. So a police ambulance surgeon went to pick up Alma's body at Stowe's office and noticed discoloration of her head, face, arms, and legs, but he didn't necessarily think that this was a result of violence. The police questioned Dr. Stowe, and he told the lieutenant that Alma had come to his office on the afternoon of Monday, August 19th, very ill and in a lot of pain. He diagnosed her with neuralgia, given her an injection of morphine, and put her to bed. He said that she'd been in pain on the afternoon of Tuesday the 20th, so he'd given her another quarter grain of morphine and another 8 grains at 4 o'clock. He said that when he'd gone to check on her at 6, he'd been alarmed at how close to death she seemed, so he sent for Dr. J.J. Stahl, and Alma was dead by the time Dr. Stahl arrived. He said she died at 6:30, likely due to morphine poisoning and high blood pressure. So why would he tell the police he'd overdosed her on morphine? That is just kind of weird. Stowe said that before dying, Alma had whispered her phone number to him so he could notify her parents. Now, Alma's mother said that Alma had had $68 when she left home on Sunday. She had just received her 2 weeks vacation pay in advance, but when she found Alma's purse at Dr. Stowe's office, it contained only 75%. Alma's mother told reporters, "I know she didn't spend the balance. Alma was a good girl." An autopsy indicated that Alma had died of a post-abortion infection. 2 detectives arrested Stowe, then released him on bond pending an inquest. Alma's mother said that though Alma had been treated in the past for high blood pressure, she'd been otherwise healthy. Now, Alma had worked as a private secretary for Albert Hodge Jr., who headed the restaurant department of Sears and Roebuck. She had worked at Sears for 13 years. Another Sears employee named Fred Cordroy was at some point identified as the man responsible for Alma's pregnancy. Fred, who worked at the Sears and Roebuck Express department, was identified in one source as 24 years old and another source as 38 years old. What all the sources agree on is that he was a married man. Alma's brother Walter testified that Alma and Fred had been romantically involved, and that Fred had visited Alma at home and had taken her out on the town. Evidently, Alma's parents had known about the relationship because they said that she didn't have a sweetheart. Now, Alice Kennedy and Eunice McGill were also questioned in Alma's death, and Stowe, Cordray, and Kennedy went to trial but were acquitted on May 29th in 1919. I would love to be monetized so I can get some money, go to Chicago, and find out exactly how strong the evidence against this doctor was.